Psalm 131, a song of ascent by David. Yahweh, my heart isn't arrogant, nor my eyes lofty, nor do I concern myself with great matters, or things too wonderful for me. Surely I have stilled and quieted my soul like a weaned child with his mother. Like a weaned child is my soul within me. Israel, hope in Yahweh from this time forward and forevermore. That's it. One of the shortest little chapters in the Bible. It says, this is David, and he said, it's the third of the songs of ascent by David. He said, Yahweh, my heart is not arrogant, nor my eyes lofty, nor do I concern myself with things with great matters. In other words, he's saying to God, Lord, I don't think I'm all that important, and I'm not trying to be important. Sometimes people don't think they're important, but they really want to be. So they're striving to get some recognition or get a name. It's interesting that David wasn't doing that, but he actually did get recognized and did get a name. In verse 2, he said, surely I have stilled and quieted my soul like a weaned child with his mother. What's a weaned child? A weaned child is a baby that has stopped drinking milk from the breast. So when children are born, obviously they drink breast milk from their mothers. And so when a mother holds a little child that's a little child, it wants to drink milk. So now if the child's full, it's not trying to drink the milk. But you may have seen, I'm a dad, I've seen plenty of little babies. You sometimes you see when you get that little baby and it's hungry and you put the little baby up to the breast, the little head goes, and it's trying to find the spot and it's desperate to get its drink. So it's not content. It can't sit still until it gets what it wants. And then it's sitting still while it's getting what it wants. So a weaned child is a child that's not striving to get something. So when a mother, and a weaned child is usually a child that's a little bit older. In Western culture, a weaned child is usually, a child maybe 1 year old. In Papua New Guinea, where I grew up as a child, they often breastfed their children until they were 2 or 3, sometimes even 4 years old. I know that sounds really odd, but sometimes they did that, so they weren't weaned until, they went to school. If you're a mum listening to me right now, you might be kind of aghast at that, but there's different cultures in the world. Some of these Pacific Islander and Melanesian, Polynesian cultures, they, even African cultures, I imagine, would be a bit different like that. So children can be weaned at different times, but when a child is weaned, it's not striving to get anything anymore. So David is saying he has quieted his soul like a weaned child. In other words, he's just happy to be who he is and to just sit with the Lord. Sometimes we go to sit with the Lord, we go to have a quiet time, but what we're really wanting is to get something out of it. We want to have a good quiet time. We want to read the Bible and get some great revelation, or we want to have some listening prayer and we want to hear the Lord speak, or we want to pray and feel like we had our prayers answered. So there's a sense that when we go to our quiet time, we're striving. But David says that he didn't think he was too important, and he wasn't trying to be too important. He was just happy to sit with the Lord and be there. Simple as that. And then he says in verse 3, Israel, hope in the Lord. So it's okay to just go and sit with the Lord just because. He's God. Lord, I'm here with you. What a nice place to be. You don't need anything. You're with him. Isn't that a wonderful thought? Lord, I thank you that we can just come and be with you. Lord, I pray that we would have hearts that are like a weaned child, not striving, but just happy to be with you. Lord, let your grace be upon us. Help us to enter into that Sabbath rest, I pray. Amen.